In the trees, I spotted a man, naked and bald. He grinned and shook his head at me. I could faintly see an orange glow in his eyes. He put his index finger to his lips as if to shush me. I looked away and kept walking. The path was around 6 miles. I was creeping towards the halfway point when I saw them for the first time. The same head shake, calm grin, orange glow. My first reaction was of pure terror. My body froze for a second, and I felt a cold rush in my gut, making me want to vomit. This would only last for a short moment. I then began to feel calm and strangely welcomed by the man. Something was telling me not to be scared and to heed his gesture of silence. So I did. This happened a couple more times till I made it to the end of the trail. When I found a stump to rest my feet on, I had the sudden realization that I couldn't remember a single detail from the walk. All I could think about were the bald men in the trees. Now that I thought about, what the fuck was that? Had I made that up? I forgot to pack water and was feeling thirsty as all hell, but no way that could have made me see that. And that feeling of calmness? I must have daydreamed it. Maybe that's why I couldn't recall any of the hike. I was in my head, of course. I stood from the stump and started to head the direction I came in. It was time I left this place. I couldn't help but be a little scared. I had convinced myself that I had made that all up, but had I really? I've never thought up such vivid daydreams, but what else could explain it? The walk went on as expected for a good 4 miles. The events of only a few hours ago had almost left my mind when something in the tree line caught my attention. A pink blur, like something was moving fast, then quickly hid. Ignorance would be my bliss as I continued forward. It wouldn't take long before another pink blur zoomed across the trees. This time, it was closer. I could hear leaves shift and birds flap their wings in retreat. Retreat from what, I wondered. The end was drawing nearer. Up ahead was a turn to the left, continued for a while, and with a veer to the right was a straight shot to the end. The sound of dirt and sticks being displaced by my feet grew as I rushed forward. Gurgled grunts echoed from above, but I didn't stop. Whatever was waiting to be discovered didn't have my interest, but it seemed their interest was me, and this was made obvious when one of the men from before dropped from the trees and onto the trail floor. It must have been at least a 40-foot drop, but he wasn't fazed. Crouched down, his eyes peered at me through his knees, and I was met with that familiar orange glow. This time, though, he wasn't smiling. I stumbled back, almost tripping on a large branch. There was no sense of calm, only raw, primal fear. To run away meant hastily retracing my steps, reaching the end, and trudging through sparsely forested swampland. If that man, that thing didn't get me, nature would. So in a desperate attempt to escape, I dashed towards him, making quick maneuvers around to avoid him. He didn't so much as blink. I beelined towards the now upcoming left turn. Small, winded laughs leave my mouth in disbelief that I managed to get away. I quickly make the turn, adrenaline fueling my every stride. Above, the trees seem to close in, allowing only whispers of the midday sun. I feel an impending force swarm around me as the trail swells into chaos. The wind picks up and the trees sway violently. The air is filled with the cry of what sounds like every bird and creature in earshot. The bushes that line the trail sway unnaturally, like they're alive. It becomes very clear to me that the forest doesn't want me here. I pick up my pace. The end of the trail becomes visible, but I notice the trees close in further, obscuring the exit, my only way out to my car. Exhausted whimpers burst with my every step. Realizing I wouldn't be able to tell if something was chasing me due to the chaotic air, I make a quick glance over my shoulder. I almost vomit when I see a group of the naked men sprinting after me, their arms dramatically swaying in unison. The orange glow that once faintly marked their pupils burn like blazing embers. I snap my head forward and see that end is all but smothered with vines that reach and grapple the trees on either end. The moment I'm faced with the blockading shrubbery, I frantically claw and pull away at it. Sharp, rigid thorns line every inch of the vines, leaving my hands a mangled, bloody mess. The adrenaline coursing through my body makes quick work of what's in front of me, but through the chaos, I hear violent, march-like thuds grow closer. I tear away a section just large enough to fit my upper torso and hoist myself through. The barb-like thorns rip through my clothes, leaving deep lacerations across my body. I manage to push one leg through and lift my other leg up, readying to throw my body out of that god-forsaken forest. But right as I'm about to make that final push, I feel a cold hand firmly grip my ankle, then another further up. It isn't long before my entire leg is being thrust back. With surprising ease, I free my leg from their grasp, fall to the hard dirt floor. I quickly get myself up and continue to run to my car, tears streaming down my face. The cushioned seats and familiar smell of my Ford Ranger put my body at ease. The adrenaline fades, and I feel my entire body ache and itch. With blood rushing down my arms and legs, I make a pained reach for the keys and start my car. I told the emergency physician at the ER I fell onto barbed wire. I ignored their suspicious glances as they examined the injuries. I don't tell a soul what happened, fearing an extended stay at a mental hospital. For months afterwards, I struggled to get a decent night of sleep. Haunting nightmares reminded me of my near escape. I plan to go back soon. I'm unsure what awaits me, but whatever does, I'm boarding it up that entrance for good. As long as I live, no one will step foot on that trail.